Alright, we're going. Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Sonya.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yeah, so with this, it's just kind of like talking about like our lives, experiences. So like I'm based out of this area. I grew up here. I was here until I graduated from UT, and then I went to the Army. Became a medic through there, and then I'm in the National Guard, so I was just doing that part-time. Moved to Cedar Rapids to go to Kirkwood. Went there for a little while, and then I started traveling with this company that builds solar panels, and I'm like the medic safety person on that. So when they go and build all their solar panels, I'll travel with them. We were in Indiana for the past year, and then we just moved back over here. So that's
Sweet.
yeah. A little bit about me. What about you? What's a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was in foster care. I do have identity theft going and a bunch of other things in my life that I'm trying to exit out. I try and spark other people's interest. A lot of people seem to think identity theft and other things can't happen to them. And it's sad because there are times that people go through the cracks. I'm going through the cracks. And for most part, the people that really know me are like the people trying to do liberal rights and female rights, and a lot of them are getting really frustrated because they seem to think the same way I do. Like, I've gone 12 years without food stamps. Somebody stole my card, went in and said I sold it. I went in 3 appointments before the complaint got made. I was told 3 times I'd get a food stamp card. They're stating now I sold it. I never sold anything. The person using it stole it and changing the circumstances. And I don't have a criminal mind, so if I had a criminal mind, I still say I wouldn't be outside. I wouldn't be homeless where I am at now. The last circumstances I had was I had a check distributed to me. 50% came from the government. The other percent came to, I think, 2 or 3 companies, and it was a check. I didn't have a P.O. box in the area because I went somewhere else, so my P.O. box is somewhere else. So when it got delivered, they put it in an open bag with stolen goods. And when I opened the bag, the reason I say stolen goods is because nothing in the bag was owned by me. And it was in a hotel. Now, I went in the hallway and I started pitching a fit because people do not help females. There's like a stigma. So I went in the hallway to confront the males, what's going on, explain what's going on, what's the reasoning behind this. Nothing in that purse bag is mine. He said, did you read the mail? And I said, no. I went to go back in my room to pick up the purse to look in it, and evidently behind my back, somebody came up the steps, used the key, went in my room, and snatched up the mail that was supposed to be delivered to me, which they're tracing now. I still don't have the money, and I still have people walking up going, why are you outside? Okay, and if I had a $50,000 check, do you really think I'm going to be outside? Somebody cashed it. And the courts have years and time frames before they do anything. Okay, if they would stop doing that and slamming me so hard, I probably would have already gotten the check. And I do believe that's almost been a year. Okay, after a year, what's taking so long? I want my money now. I'm stage 5 cancer, so I'm terminal and I'm going to die. Why am I waiting 12 years for a food stamp card and over a year for a $50,000 check? That was stolen and somebody else cashed. Why is there so much dragging going on? I'm out here struggling, trying to be as nice as I can, but yet at the same time, the same people who are in the band show or where I go to sleep at night are turning right around, just taking whatever they need that I have, while I'm sleeping through it and then acting like I shouldn't sleep. That's wrong too. So we have homeless stealing from homeless, and yet when you wake up, they're saying they're not doing it. Okay, well, there's a guy that's been there for a long time, and I hate to say it, if the same things have been missing the whole time, it's really hard for me to believe anything. And a lot of the times that I turn around and backtrail and I'm talking to the same people, they're stating the same thing. He's saying the opposite of what you're saying. And I've had 3 people within the last week, you're not okay. Okay, who's telling you I'm okay? Because, like, I'm also finding out there's a lot of them out here saying same name marriage, because I've been out here 7 years. Anybody can file saying they're married to me. Okay, since when do they come and talk to me after years? Okay, so you're talking to a male and he's lying to you, and you're waiting 3 to 5 years to talk to me. I'm still trying to figure out, why would you do that? That's the whole source why I'm here. You have to talk to both people. Everybody's talking to these males and no one's coming to me.
Someone's claiming they're married to you?
A lot of them are.
Is it people that, like, you know at all, or is it...
Yeah, pretty much that's what it's coming down to, and I'm getting really frustrated because it seems like no one wants to give a name either. And it's getting frustrating to me because, like, 2 months ago I had 5 knives to protect myself. I woke up 3 days later and I didn't have a knife to my name. Okay, so if these males aren't doing anything wrong, why are all these knives broke? I give people tools during the day to help them out, and they're not handing them back okay. They're breaking them. And I'm supposed to believe it's a coincidence. It's a new knife. Come on. It's getting broke on purpose. And it's not okay. A lady stood up for me, I don't even know, 3-4 days ago, maybe even a week ago. And a guy started darting at her with both his fists balled up. And he's yelling at her, why are you getting involved with our conversation? First of all, you're standing there saying half the stuff I'm sitting here with, you're going to steal. She has all the right in the world to talk to you. The only reason he stopped in his tracks is because she says, don't you see them 12 cars? They're watching. You don't belong in this park. You just about attacked somebody over 60. Everybody else here is welcoming you and dragging you, you're stating to her. But yet when she's alone, you guys are going by her a half a dozen times every day. Why? I want to know why. And nothing's being done about it. Like the guy over there was told less than a week ago, you can drive through here on your bike, you can't stop. He's been sitting there for nearly 3 hours. Why is he sitting there? He came at me with a machete. I was sitting on a bench next to the bank, smoking a cigarette, drinking Mountain Dew. He literally came up behind me with a machete, and a complete stranger jumped up and reconvened. Still don't got the guy's name, but I know he ended up getting stitches. I know he ended up getting stitches because that man right there, everybody's helping, came at me with a machete, and it was aimed at my head. Okay, so he's going to behead me sitting in front of a bank minding my own business. And everybody's trying to act like this is funny. It's not funny. I've dealt with cops for 35 years. 35 years. Do you think I got friends being a cop and arresting people? I mean, it just, if you think about it, it makes sense. And it seems like one after another, people are coming out here and they're doing exactly, I'm pointing at people saying, not this person, not this person. I've been out here for years, bashing my head against a brick wall because they think it's funny. It's not getting funny. It's getting me more and more upset. I'm trying to get out of the homeless issue, and these other people pulling the games are making it harder to get out of the system, to get somewhere else.
Because they're, like, stealing from you?
Yeah, to say the least. I think they said I've gotten a picture ID. One time they went back in records, 24, I think it was 24 times I had to get a picture ID because somebody's stealing my IDs, my social security card, my birth certificate. It's not 1 or 2 items anymore. It's all of it, one cleaning scoop while I'm asleep. And then they come up in the middle of the night, oh, I'm just passing through, and everybody wants to laugh. No one else is missing stuff like me. I'm missing 5 phones, $300 in cash. And they're okay with it. These are the ones laughing. It's not okay. It's not okay. And if these guys had the same thing being done to them, they wouldn't be laughing. And they're not understanding when they get approved of food stamps or an income, what you're laughing about today, this is going to happen to them tomorrow. And it's not okay. It's really not okay. If you're not going to help the guy having that problem today, you're going to have a problem yourself tomorrow. Bottom line. I'm trying to get out of the problem, but in the same toke, I'm trying to do helpful things versus going around doing something negative. These are the kind of people that are full of negativity. I'm just saying.
So you're just trying to find like a good community?
I was born in Rock Island, Moline Hospital, that burnt down. So I go to Rock Island to get my birth certificate. For about 3 years, I think it was about 3 years, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, I would stay over there, over in Rock Island, and then I'd transport over like Monday for school, and then Monday night until Friday I'd be in Davenport. So I've never been registered for school over in Rock Island, but for a long time everybody thought I lived over there, went to school there. Nope. So recently I moved around. I had to walk back to town. The last time I left here, a lady gave me rides, said I could trust her. If I needed her to give me another ride back here, she would. What ended up happening is 2 or 3 days. Every time I went to a new jurisdiction, a cop would show up within 3 hours. I'd get put in their car. They'd take me to the next jurisdiction. I'd get out of the car and start walking. Yeah, I know the cops explained to me from where I left until Davenport, they're like, it had been over 7 days and 7 nights walking. As well as how many laws I broke, how many citations, tickets, and I believe there was one felony because one of the freeways had no sidewalks, there was no pullovers, I had to walk through that. For some reason, when there was no sidewalks or no room to pull over, I was walking. Before I got back to town, I got so frustrated because, the cops picked me up most of the way, thank God, but I had to walk with the vehicles through freeways, and no one would pick me up at that time. So by the time I got that back to town, a male helping the handicapped, and I can't say what his job was, but he pretty much helped handicapped minors, picked me up. He's like, well, I'm on the clock. I'm working. Don't want to get fired. Just sit down and relax. You really look like you're breaking down. Like I really am. Because I feel like I'm repenting for other people, and the thing of it is people don't understand when you haven't done anything wrong, you shouldn't be, power drive back down. I haven't been to jail. I've got no citations, no tickets, no speeding tickets, no seatbelt tickets, nothing on my history, nothing. But these people who are outlaws are like getting other people to jump in with them, and it's like, I didn't do the crime, I've done no crimes. And they're not understanding these people are lying. They're filling their heads with lies. It's like a battle with Satan. Every day I'm out here.
So you said you're from Rock Island?
Yep.
Okay. So were you born and raised there?
I was born there, and at the time my mother was active service. Her husband was with her. She wasn't due, I think, for 3 or 4 months. So when she went into labor, apparently the helicopter hit air pockets, shook her so hard, they landed on the Moline Hospital. And before she got out of the helicopter, they said it was like between the helicopter and the roof when I came out. No one agrees. So somewhere on Moline Hospital's rooftop is actually when I came out.
Okay. Okay, so you were born on the rooftop somewhere.
Yeah. Not inside. Outside.
Oh, okay. Did you go to the Moline schools then?
Now my dad and his sister, my dad lived over here, his sister lived over there, and they had, I believe, 4 family members. So most of them people actually stayed over there and schooled over there.
Okay.
So I've heard of those schools, but it was usually through them.
Okay. So where'd you go through then?
What do you mean?
Like for schools, were you outside? Because I know you said your family was military.
Yeah, I went to North, West. I went to Adams School in Davenport, and then I went to Williams.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did you go to college at all?
I went through JTPA when I was 17. I got a job up the hill in a house.
What was the job?
It was a connection with United Way and Iowa Works.
Okay.
And the last hour of the day, I usually worked the phone. Elderly would get the phone number and call and ask for other phone numbers. So I had a quick shift phone number listings, and I'd give them other numbers, where they needed to call. I tried everything. I went through JTPA. I went through 2001 at one point in time. That's an alternative program. When I went there, I tried to collect all the points I needed. And from there, I started volunteering. I actually taught shop for about 3 years for developmentally challenged. So, I've done a lot over the years. I never really got exactly what I wanted to achieve, but along the ways, it was like God popped in. Every time I turned around, there was God. Okay, don't throw a fit. You didn't get what you want, but you got to be there for a reason. So take whatever you can. So to this day, it's like I'll try and do something good, but I try and look for the little thing that could lead into a better thing. It's all your perspective. Me and a friend keep talking about how his perspective is totally different from mine, and a lot of people come to me, well, you have a lot of stuff. Well, we also have people who are traveling, taking vacations. We have people that come in sick because of cancer and other things. So a lot of their incomes seem to be taken due to helping other members of the family as well. Like these totes, I think the totes are here, point blank. People don't have gas money to make it to here to get what they need. So what I'm going to be doing is pretty much watching a bunch of totes, sanitizing them, and waiting for the people who need them to come back in and be like, well, I'll take it or no. You know what I mean? So I don't even know how long I'm going to have some of the totes, but there are 2 places and companies that want them. But, I'm going to be stuck with them until they get them. We need to get fed. There are 2 places that said they needed igloos. So I'm going to be stuck with a dolly and 2 igloos. You got to look at all the perspectives. To somebody else, that's a lot of work just for 2 igloos and 2 companies. Well, these are also 2 companies that beat us. Okay, by me not doing this, I'm pretty much not helping them back for the food they gave me. So that's just going to make me this itty bitty inch. I'm not doing it. Okay, now I'm stuck with igloos. And just like an hour ago, they're like, Sonya, did you stop to count how many seats do you have? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, we got 12. They're like, Sonya, you got 12 seats? Ooh. And I'm like, no, it's not ooh. And we're trying to get a hold of even a small little way where we could do our own grill, because we're getting fishing license out here. So we're all trying to improve each other's lives to a certain degree, but it's part of survival skills. So we're all talking about survival skills as far as our food, eating, what you need, being around, aware of surroundings,
Okay.
So it's all how you look at certain things.
Did you say you were in foster care?
Yes. For about 2 to 3 years.
How old were you when you went into foster care?
11.
How was that?
I traveled for 3 years. I traveled about I think it was 3 months. We stayed the first 3 nights. It was 1 night and 1 day. So we left in the middle of the night around midnight. And then after the first 3 days was done, I think the next time was 3 months. And then after that, we went to some elderly's home. At the time, we weren't told, we were just said elderly's. So that was located in Alaska. When we got there, we stayed for, I think the court said 2-3 years. And then after that was done, then we came back in this area.
How was being in Alaska?
It was a hard winter. They said it was, when I was there, they said, we haven't had a winter like this in 100 years. We would laugh, and then it was like a week, 2 weeks later, I'm like, how's come I'm seeing snow? Drifts out the house window? And we had a house, it was on an Indian reservation. It wasn't governmental standard measured first floor, second floor, third floor, if you know what I'm saying. The guy that put us up in his house built his house, so nothing was FDA approved. So like the floors were different. So like our third floor was like, should have been a fourth floor. Well, we didn't have the fourth floor. But when we look out the window, we were expecting, I guess to see a yard. And even taking the school buses, when we take the school bus, I remember the first day we were on it, I'm like, there's snowdrifts. And I'd look at my sisters and my brother, and I'm like, I am so scared right now. And my brother, one day we went home, we were getting used to it. He says, avalanche. I'm like, you little dirtbag. No avalanche, it's too close. So, I mean, it all depends where you are in life.
How was the caretaker over there?
When we found out before we left, they were grandparents. Their health was deteriorating, and I blame a lot of it on the health deterioration. I think my 2 sisters and my brother were upset over the fact, all year round there was snow. And it seemed like we waited forever for the snow to melt. And like when you're in Alaska, well, that's not going to happen. So by the time we left, I think that's what the judge pretty much stated. It's not healthy. They've been inside for quite some time, and he's like, we're just got to find some younger parents of some kind. They got to be able to go outside. By the time we came out here, I remember the guy said, we're going straight into the house. We don't want the whole neighborhood to know what's going on. Just go straight. And I remember sitting in the grass saying, I don't want to go inside. I miss the grass so much. So, everywhere I've been in life, there's been some kind of a learning experience.
You said foster care was like 2 or 3 years? What was the reason that you went into foster care?
I was raised by one parent, my mother. She ended up, it was a freak accident the day of Christmas, and she ended up dying.
Oh, shit.
So that's what really started it, yeah.
Okay. So what got you back out of foster care? Or did you not get out until you were 18?
I actually chose to leave when I was 13.
Okay.
I found out through him, because he was my real dad, my other half of my dad. And I found out I had a brother. It was the same dad, different mother. A lot of bad things started happening before I left. And when I did leave, we were in a duplex. And my suggestion was we had attics that connected on the top. my suggestion was nailing all the doors shut from the attic. So we didn't own the property, and what ended up happening was we noticed things weren't right in the house. Food was disappearing, cosmetics, other things. Right before I left, I remember going in the bathroom. I was so mad. I'm like, didn't we just get like 24 or 48 rolls of toilet paper? I ended up leaving. I ended up sneaking out, took clothes on my back, and never went back.
That was at the last foster home you were at?
Yeah, and I was about 13 or 14 because I snapped. I'm like, I can't stay here.
Where'd you go after that?
One of my sisters at the time was older. She was going through, I think, Scott Community. I run to a bench, take my stuff to the bench. I look over the grass. I look for just average things. We don't want mice. We don't want the lawnmower to hit the rabbits. So if they're young babies, I grab them. We do look for mommies, but there are times I'm walking around in the stores out here so I can see if there's a carcass or whatever. Like recently, we put 5 babies in. Brett helped me out placing them.
These are on the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the morning's pretty much picking up butts, picking up people's garbage, their debris. We had a bunch of paint graffiti out here that we cleaned up, but within the last 2 or 3 weeks, it seems like we're picking up more paint here and there through the walkway. Some people are starting to bring ink out here. And my boss has even said it, I think they might be doing more damage. Maybe we're doing more damage than we realize. I said that from day one. But now they're coming back and saying, we can't believe what you've been doing since you've been here. And they're like, just don't go. Just keep doing what you're doing, Sonya. You're doing all right. People are realizing you're not trying to hurt society. You're not trying to hurt people. You're actually just trying to get by. Getting by, if that's all you got, then at least you got the getting by.
Okay. Who do you work for right now?
I'm not going to say companies, and I'm not going to say names. We started this a long time ago, and some of the people that actually have talked to me, it's over the phone. That's why when I've had 5 phones stolen, it has hurt me dramatically because I don't always talk to them. But this time I'm over 50. Now I'm having people talk to me saying, well, this guy and this guy, there's no names ever used. So, I'm just doing what I can do, just as long as I don't go to jail and I'm helping out.
Okay. I know you said people steal from you. How long have you been in this area for?
I feel like I've been in Davenport most of my life.
Well, this specific area we're at.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've been here for like a couple of years at least?
At least, yeah.
How, like in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you feel like things have gotten better or worse?
Some ways it's improved, but I think in some ways it's gotten worse. I talk to other females out here, and most of what I'm getting from them is pretty much what I'm saying. They usually agree it's a match of what I think. Like I said, some days are good, some days are bad. You're going to have bad people no matter where you are. And I guess a bad day to me would be you're not upset about anything, and then all of a sudden you turn around and there's somebody new to the area, and then they do something wrong, and they do something hurtful.
I was talking to another gentleman. He's kind of isolated. He's like way down there on the other side of construction by himself.
Is that Miyagi?
Not Miyagi. He's like a older white gentleman. He used to be a truck driver. I don't know if you ever talked with him. He said he chooses to be over there because he was saying over here there'd be a lot of cops who would come through and then like mess with everybody?
There has been. And actually, I had a couple cops come in and tell me to switch benches when I was working out here. And okay, that was after I pest control sprayed. And just like they are agreeing with me today, if I'm spending $30 spraying my area, how dare you call the cops on me and lie? You need to go to another bench. There's how many benches out here? You don't need mine. That is total racist. Now, as far as that concerns, that was the first time I got hit with it, and somebody researched it, and that's when we found out they weren't even cops. They were dressed in the outfit, but they weren't actual cops.
They're just kind of impersonating?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we were running into. They weren't the real deal, no.
Okay. Have you had any issues with like actual cops?
I think when I left the area to get housing, I think when I left, a lot of the stigma cops that were harassing me the most, I believe they were all still here when I came back. I think most of them are gone. I believe most of them moved around, did whatever they had to do. But the old stigma of people trying to push their weight around when they don't have no merits is still there. People still overtalk and lie, and they're going to. That's just what they're made from.
Do you feel like the resources here are helpful?
I used to believe they are. I don't anymore.
What's that?
Well, because one, I don't have food stamps, so half of my income's going to food, and then I got a large amount of my money that's going towards cleaning my laundry, doing this and doing that. I'm not going to go to a laundromat and clean my clothes for free. 3-4 people would have been in there, and just walking in and walking out, I had like 3-4 people touching me, and it was kind of like, wow, now we have people in the laundromat here because their hands are up in the air touching everybody, and I'm like, that's not what I meant to have happen. So I mean, a lot of my income that I have, I don't even feel like it's my income because I've been stripped of the income. The money that I get is to go to rent, deposit, and not be on the street. Okay, I don't have all these things that everybody else has. Somebody's taking it all from me. I don't have it all. And I still have a lot of these people stating my income's more than theirs. I would like to know who's breaking the law. Who in the world is going to open their mouth and say what my income is, because that's been going on for way too long. And sitting out here going to free food sites, me not going to the store getting what I need when it comes to food or drink or resources, it's not going to happen. If I need something, I'm going to go get it, which means I'm out here. Because the resources I should have are not there. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting a lot.
What do you go to for resources? I know you said there's a laundromat, but you don't like using it because it's crowded.
Yeah.
In terms of housing, is there anything really?
I was doing hotels, and I went to Hotel 6, had an episode, went to Hotel Nights Inn in Davenport. I had a stigma happen. I believe it was in the lines of identity theft. And every time I pushed to ask who did it, who's saying I did it, who's saying I did something wrong, no one opening their mouth, and that's been going on for way too long as well. Okay, if this isn't something I've ever done, because I've also been a maid of trade, like trashing up rooms. Okay, I made a trade nearly 20 years off and on volunteering, is not going to walk into a hotel and trash it. I'm sorry, that ain't going to happen. I've also walked into stores having problems, and their stories are, well, so-and-so. Okay, I want the first, middle, and last name, and half the time they look, no, I can't give that to you. Okay, well, somebody's giving all my information out. Why aren't you doing the same thing? Okay, I wouldn't be in this position. I know I wouldn't be in this position if people would start giving me their names, which has never happened. It's not going on. So as far as I'm concerned, the upset is going to be there for a long time until I start getting treated equal like everybody else, and I'm not being treated equal. Not by a long shot.
By like the people who are providing the resources?
Huh?
By like the people who are providing the resources?
Well, it's gone on for 12 years. I mean, it's evidently somebody in the resource building has got to have something to do with it. Otherwise, I would have had it within 12 years. So, yeah.
Okay. Who is it that you go to? I know I've seen like there's like two. It's whoever your bag's from. They're one, and then there's like the church. I know the church was out here earlier, handing out stuff.
And I didn't get their name. Normally I ask their name, but I didn't today. I volunteered at Salvation Army when they had a soup kitchen. I can't pronounce her name, but we had a female that ran a soup kitchen. I would never consistently volunteer, but there were times 2 or 3 people wouldn't show up, and sister would approach me, and I always called her sister. She would say, "Don't call me sister, don't call me sister." But when 2 or 3 people were a no-show, she'd be like, "I need you to do this, this, and this." So I'd jump to it. So the time frames that I even helped her out and these other companies out was a very good learning experience, because it helped me through the years. When I wanted help, all I had was my 2 hands, and that's what I tell them. I got my 2 hands and what I can do. I can't do what I can't do. So when I ask people for help, most of been very lucky. A lot of the females are like, "That's what I need. Pick up the garbage, pick up the pebbles, pick up a broom, strip that bed, put this stuff on it, put the toilet paper, the toilet paper roll, hang the towels up." I mean, and that's what my life has resorted to. There are times I have to do what I have to do as well. The winters are very brutal out here, and they always will be.
Are there shelters available when it's like really cold out, like warming shelters? And
I don't usually go to them.
Even when it's like negative, like 20 and things
Nope.
like that?
And I've had a lot of people out here through the winters who would want me to go through them, and I would not go.
I know. Is that cool?
Yeah.
We're on camera right now.
That's good.
We're doing a little podcast.
I need light this blunt. I hope they look at it and analyze it. See, that's silver. He ain't balled them goddamn body.
Where did everybody go? Johnny and Brett's still here. I don't have one.
Yeah. They only do shit like that if be murders or something. Somebody got really hurt. And they go on them cameras, bro, man. I'm just checking on you, man.
Yeah, we're all good.
Just
Thank you.
Everybody kind of switching up on me, man. I'm in a nice frame of my life. I still love everybody, man. But I just got to switch too. But I'm tired of people lying. I'm just making people do good business. I'm gonna make people be peaceful. If a motherfucker want to fight me or try to stop me making somebody being peaceful, you got to start with yourself. And they gonna get beat up, and it's gonna happen now. That's their positive, man. Make it positive.
Yeah, 100%. No. Yeah, keep doing that.
What time even is it?
It is, what time is it?